バトラ君が何を考えてるかおばさんわかるわよ。
Battler-kun. Auntie knows what you're thinking, okay? Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko. When they cry. Now, last time, you know what? I'll get straight to the recap real quick. Last time, Eva suspected the servants, but Battler real quick was like, but it makes more sense if it was Eva and Hideyoshi. Think about it. The servants have only things to lose by doing what they did. Meanwhile, Hideyoshi and Eva have only things to gain. How did Battler figure that out? Flipping the chessboard. Thank you, Kirie. Well, I personally don't suspect Eva and Hideyoshi. That's what Battler has, that's one of the immediate speculations that Battler has thought up. Now, thankfully, and good, Eva was clever enough to realize that, self-aware, should I say, self-aware enough to realize that she is a big suspect here, and that Battler is probably thinking of her as a suspect, because it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense when we're talking with the business talk, the family inheritance, and the fact that only she and Hideyoshi are the only, two partners that are both alive out of the family. Just saying. However, I still don't think it will make too much sense overall. One thing is, I mean, obviously, even if it was them, they clearly didn't know about the George stuff with Shannon. So there's that one thing. And, they made George, their actions caused George to be very, very sad. If it was them, I don't think it was. But yeah. Let's see what Eva has to say in her defense, because she clearly realizes that Battler is onto her. And yeah, I'm not going to waste much time talking. Actually, no, I'm actually going to get straight into this. See that, guys? Umineko parts are getting direct. They're getting good, maybe. I don't know. So we're going to keep it going. Let's see what Eva has to say. One thing I did want to mention. Okay, no. I'm making this intro long again. So we're gonna keep it going. But yeah, let's see what Eva responds with. And
what?
Huh?
やだな。内緒にしててくださいよ。あんなことやこんなことで頭をいっぱいにしてたなんて。
Battler, you know what she's thinking, and she knows that she knows what you're thinking. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure I said that correctly.
私がこの殺人で一番得をする。
And that's true from one perspective, but
どうせ疑われるだろうから先に自己申告しておくわ。
okay. So what's your defense then? Do you have any defense? Do you have any arguments for why it couldn't be yourself? Because I don't think it's you. So I want to be even more convinced by you that it's not you. I tried to dodge this conversation by joking around, but it looked like it hadn't worked.
遺産は兄弟の数で分割する。
Right. And they're all dead. Except for you! And Nazi. But Nazi survived by the necklace. So if you think about it, and the bloody doorknob and everything, which Nazi hasn't mentioned yet, by the way, I don't keep that in mind, and make that a point. Nazi hasn't mentioned yet the whole bloody doorknob thing. At first she thought it was a prank. Now she clearly knows there's more to it than that, but she still hasn't mentioned it to anyone, which leads me to believe that Natsu is also pretty clever, not to just reveal stuff like that out in the open. She has her own plans. She has her own she knows what she's doing, and the murderers, whoever the culprits are, and Natsu has to be aware that whoever the culprit is or are knows that Natsu knows about the bloody doorknob, but isn't talking about it. So that'll immediately cause confusion for, well, not cause confusion, but it'll immediately stir the culprit or culprits. Just the fact that she hasn't mentioned that, and neither has Genji. At least as far as I'm aware, they haven't said anything about that to Battler or any of the rest. Just saying. Just saying.
でも今や4兄弟は私一人。
Correct. You and Hideyoshi too. And again, Naoto would have died too if it wasn't for the necklace, if it wasn't for that thing. So it would have been literally just you and Hideyoshi. It's almost like you and Hideyoshi killed everyone and didn't kill Nazi because as you were going with your bloody hands to kill Nazi, Beatrice told you, nah, stop that. It's enough. She's got the necklace. She has the protection, the magic protection. You won't be killing her. And I was like, alright, fine. Nah, I don't think that's what actually happened, but that would be a funny thought.
後ろ宮家の全財産は全て私のものになるの。
What's your argument against that? I mean, just because you're aware that you're a big suspect does not mean you're getting away with it, right? Like, if it is you, of course. I don't think it is you, but you gotta have a defense against for yourself.
秀吉おじさんが聞いたら予算か言えばシャレにならんっていうところっすね。
I guess you would.
ごめんね。どう取り繕ったってどうせ疑われるだろうからふざけただけよ。
I'm still mesmerized. The entire last part was technically just Battler and Eva talking to each other and a lot of Battler monologue, I guess, like, or inner monologue. But I'm still just, even 2 parts later, I'm still so mesmerized about Battler and Eva talking to each other like this. Even though they are just talking about detective stuff, it's just so something about their like personalities, and I've said this before last video, but yeah, so I don't have to repeat this again. But yeah, it's wild, it's crazy to me, but I really like it.
だからこの殺人は私の立場から見れば私を疑わせるためのものではないかと思ってるの。
See, if you didn't pull the murder, and then I would have thought the same. Like, if I was you and I didn't pull the murder, then I would probably it would make a lot of sense if this murder was a way to cast suspicion on you. Yeah.
困ったことに夕べのアリバイは弱いわ。
Right, you were just in the parlor with the rest, and then you went to sleep with Hideyoshi or whatever, went to your room or whatever. So your alibi is just as strong as everyone else was in that room. Also known as, like you said, very weak. Your alibi, I guess, is Hideyoshi telling us it's not you. Wow, that's nuts. Your husband tells us the culprit isn't his wife. Nuts. That's gonna help us a lot.
聞かせてもらってもいいですか?
Tell me about it. Well, the meeting in the parlor yesterday. I think that would help. Yes, I think we need more information about what happened, like at the parlor at the exact points, if you can, like if you can remember the moments as exactly as possible, that would be great. Who left first and who left last, stuff like that. I don't know. Apparently Hideyoshi said that he left right away or something, so he didn't know what happened after that. Or was that Natsu who said that? I think it was Hideyoshi. Yeah.
夕べのことを
Although it would make sense if it was Natsu still, though, because, you know, her headaches and stuff like that. And she was also the one that left earlier during the previous meeting, before the midnight meeting. So it would make sense if it was Natsu that said that, but I think it was Hideyoshi that said that. I think, because it couldn't have been one of the servants. No, the servants aren't part of the discussion. It's only the siblings and the husbands and wives of the siblings. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it going.
バトラ君たちも知っている通り、兄弟が遺産をどう食いちぎり合うかという話し合いは深夜まで続いたわ。
Yes, we know this.
でも何時まで続いたかは知らない。
Oops. What the frick? I can do that? I can hide the text box by oh my god! Guys, 20 something parts in, almost 30 parts in, I don't know. I don't know how many parts we've done of this, but I figured out I can hide the text box. Okay, wait. but I don't know how late it lasted. Right, because you left early, according to Hidoshi. What happens if I hide the text box and have her talk? Is this like an option for Japanese people so that they don't have to read the text? Like the text is that gets in the way. They just want. If you just want to hear the voice actor, I'm gonna test it out for once. I know this might be problematic with the frame rate, but I wanna see what happens. All right, ready, guys? Watch this. Oh, okay, it comes back when I click. Never mind, it doesn't work. But kind of cool. So, if you ever have like that sort of like art spread with what's her name? I can't. Shannon, where like we see her like with the holding the ring or whatever. Look, like with a beautiful like artistic like shade and everything. I'll make sure to do this. Boop, and then we'll get to see the full view. Wow. Anyway.
私と主人は朝が早かったからね。もう眠くて24時を過ぎたあたりで抜けさせてもらったの。そしてゲストハウスに戻って休んだわ。
Okay. So you returned to the guest house. You didn't sleep in the mansion. Okay. I don't think this is new information, but it's information that is like that I had like in mind. Because I recall them saying that they returned to the guest house, not just Eva, but the rest as well. But now, it's confirmed information. Okay, I say confirmed, according to Eva, of course. According to Eva herself. How much you want to trust Eva's words is up to you. But, okay, return to the guest house. Big. Okay, that's new. Okay. My husband and I had woken up early that morning. Right, because if I also noticed too, Eva and Hideyoshi woke up early this morning, this Sunday. They woke up early. I noticed that too. Because I noticed when Natsu woke up, she was like, "Oh, I have to wake up early every time because I'm the head of the house and I have to be waking up before the rest of the family so I can set things up and make sure that when they wake up, everything goes smoothly." But then by the time Natsu stood up and went out and stuff, Hideyoshi and Eva were already awake. So they woke up early yesterday. They went out a little past midnight, but they also woke up early today, or at least relatively early. If they're already up by the time Natsu was up, and Natsu's supposed to be the earliest up to get everything started. Just saying. And then the cousins were last to wake up, I guess, which makes sense. Yeah. And the servants are a whole nother thing. Yeah, they got their own schedules for sleeping and stuff. But yeah.
それを秀吉おじさん以外の誰かに証明できるっすか?
Yeah, great question.
いや別にエヴァおばさんを疑ってるわけじゃないっすよ.
Battler's still trying to play jokingly, trying to play cool. He doesn't want to cause any animosity between himself and Eva. Which is understandable. It is his aunt at the end of the day. Battler doesn't have anything against Eva necessarily, but still, their personality match is so freaking weird but cool. So weird the way their personalities is interacting like this. And he's still trying to keep things jokingly, like, yeah, haha, I'm not suspecting you, haha, but can you tell me more, haha. Yeah. Hey, she said ara, haha, the famous ara, that typical like mid-30s anime women say all the time. They go like ara. Okay, I did it. Okay, guys, delete that from your memory, please. I don't know why I did that. Oh my god, that. Okay, delete that from your memory. We'll keep this going. I wonder about that.
証明になるかわからないけれど、ゲストハウスに戻ってきた時、源氏さんに出迎えを受けてタオルはいるかと聞かれたわ。
I mean, it counts as proof as long as Genji confirms it. I say it counts as proof. It solidifies it that much more if Genji can confirm that when he comes back. If he comes back alive. Just saying. Okay.
だから私たちがゲストハウスに戻ってきた時間は24時過ぎだと証明してくれると思うわよ。
Okay.
もっとも 私の仮説通り使用人たちもグルなのだとしたらこんなのアリバイにならないけどね。
Well, if the servants were all in cahoots, then it doesn't matter at all. Not our conversation right now wouldn't matter at all if it was the servants in cahoots. Which, again, I don't believe either. I don't believe this conversation is. Oh, I'm not saying it's not helping. I'm saying it's not you, and I also don't think it's the servants. So, neither. I mean, I guess it will make for an alibi, but for an alibi for what? If the servants were in cahoots, then how is it you? And if the servants weren't in cahoots and it wasn't Genji, then yeah, it's pretty solid confirmation. It's not an exact alibi that you didn't pull off the murders though, but it is solid confirmation that you did return to the guest house a little after midnight. I'll give you that. And then you can of course ask the question of, even if the servants weren't all in cahoots, how much can we believe Genji wasn't involved? I don't think it was my boy Genji. Genji wouldn't do that, would he? Come on now, Genji. You keep telling yourself that you're furniture, now you're a murderer? Can something be both? Well, furniture has killed people before, actually. Like, there's people that have been killed by vending machines, believe it or not. It's actually happened. That is a depressing way to die, by the way. Out of all the ways to go out, okay, it's not the worst way to go out, but it's pretty bad. It's low on my list. I hope I don't go out vending machine. But they have existed. It happens. I'm not sure if at least one person dies every year because of a vending machine, but the chances of it are extremely low. They're like in their 0.0000 something like percentage. It's like extremely low for it to happen. So much so that as many worries you have for dying because a vending machine falls on you and kills you or something like that, you should be like a bajillion times more worried about dying every time you get inside a car. Literally. So I don't think any of us should be worried about vending machines, and a lot of other sort of deaths too, by the way. Like, apparently, and I don't have a solid source for this so right now, but this is just something I heard. I believe it might have been like many years ago in high school. I think like history teachers or religion teacher told me this. So again, what I'm saying right now is very anecdotal. Don't take it as 100% solid not evidence, but solid like take. But I will say I did hear that like some people are scared of flying on airplanes and stuff. Because of airplane crashes, and they've heard stories of airplane crashes and all that, right? You've all heard the story, for example, of that one airplane crash where people where some people survived it but then had to eat each other, like literally cannibalism, to survive before they were saved. Again, and those stories are horrifying, but the chances are so low of stuff like that happening that you should be much more scared about getting inside a car than you should ever be getting in a plane. I think something along those lines. But I don't exactly. I don't exactly have the source to back that sort of thing up. So again, if you ask me for sources, I don't have those. I mean, I can Google if you want and try to find some reliable source. But whatever, that's not the point of what I said. Why was I talking about all that when she was talking about an alibi from the servants? I don't know. But let's keep it going. That is a point, isn't it?
ってことは、俺今真犯人と推理ごっこをしてるってことになるんすか？
Still trying to make this off as a joke. Okay.
でも私の名誉のために言わせてもらうけど、遺産目当てだったならこんな変な殺人はしないわよ。
You know what? I'll take you for that, Eva. Sure, Eva. Go on then. She is strong-willed, you know. Like, look at her face, and look at my face too. It's like, we just saw this morning. We just saw multiple of our family members, directly related by blood by the way, die. And some servants die too. And we also are aware that whoever the culprit is inside the island, perhaps even inside the mansion with us, perhaps even in the same room with us. And even after all that, we're somehow making these faces and joking about and going like, haha, I won't commit this sort of weird murder. Like, that's strong will from both of us. It's like, it's not as impressive as Maria, right? Because we were, you know, when we first discovered the bodies, I was crying and screaming and she was in shock as well. But it's not as impressive as Maria. To be fair, Maria wasn't directly there when the bodies were found. But still, Maria was just like, cool, bet. That's it. That was her reaction. So they're not that calm about it, but they've gone over it quickly. Oh, I say gone over it. They haven't gone over it, of course, but like they're able to joke around like this really quickly. But I guess I can see why it would make sense. Eva hasn't really lost anyone super close to her. She hasn't lost Hideyoshi or George. I mean, she's lost Rudolph and she calls him Nissan, which is cross. But how much did she really care about them that she wouldn't be joking about, you know, or like about committing murders like this just a couple hours after? How much did she really care about Goda, about Shannon, about Rosa, her younger sister? Goddammit, poor Rosa, man. Like, but how much would Eva really care to do? I mean, I don't know. Again, just same thing for me, by the way. Same thing. It's like, how much would I? Because, you know, I keep calling my dad the old bastard and all that stuff, right? And it's not like me and Kitty had super close relationship either. Besides, I haven't been on this island for 6 years. And I haven't been talking to my family for 6 years. How much, how do I put it? Like, how much do I really, like, how much did that's really affect me, right? It's clear to me that surely George and Jessica have been affected more than me, because they both lost someone really close to them. So, yeah. Like, even though Jessica hated her, she said she hated her dad, like, it's not the same way as me, because especially because she started actually gaining a bit of respect for her parents. You know, with the talk with Natsui, and then the stuff that George said about parents trying their best in their own way. I'm sure that, like, you know, made Eva have a little change of heart. And she also said that even at the end of the day, deep in her heart, she didn't truly hate her parents. But it's not like me, where I feel like it's different. I genuinely feel like my dad, or Battler, I say I, but for Battler genuinely feels like that my dad, Rudolph, betrayed my dad's mom when he married Kiria. But also, I did say that I can't blame Kiria for it, because Kiria's just marrying into a rich family. Good for her, you know. She did get herself involved in this mess and died, but good for her at the end of the day to get married to a rich family. But yeah, that is my hold on the family stuff. And I haven't met the rest of these families for 6 years. I mean, you know, when I first met Jessica, my first reaction was, well, Battler's first reaction was just like, oh my god, how big your breasts have grown. And same thing with George, like, oh my, how taller you've grown, right? Or Maria too, you know, oh my gosh, she was a baby, now she's a 9-year-old kid in primary school or whatever. so yeah, you know, how much do the effects affect me compared to the rest of the people here? It would make a lot of sense to me if I'm one of the more rational-headed people right now, considering the extent that the deaths have affected me. I feel like, but let's see. Of course, for my case, like the real me, not the Battler me, the actual me. For my case, Rosa's death by far had got me the most. But ironically enough, Rosa's death is also the one that has been talked about the least. Just saying. No one has mentioned, like, we know Rosa was one of the dead people. We know that. You can check the character files. You know her head was smashed in after she died too. Let's check the character files for Rosa. We know she's a dead woman. Look, her face is smashed in. Corpse found inside the, her face seems to be smashed after her death. Found inside the storehouse. I'll be seeing her again, so I'm not lonely. So what the frick, man? I mean, I'm excited to see her again, Beatrice. If this is you saying this, I'm excited to see her again. But like I said, nobody's been talking about how Rosa's dead. And everyone was just willing to tell Maria, poor little Maria, oh yeah, but your mother's dead. Like, nobody tried to hide it from her. I said, okay, just tell her the truth. Cool. Okay. I guess we'll tell her the truth. I guess we'll tell her about the, I guess we'll tell her about the, about her mother's death and the other deaths, but even Maria hasn't talked much about her mom's death, so it's, to me, out of everyone who died, I guess God hasn't been talked about much either. But to be fair, he was the one who was setting up the breakfast, so he's been talked about in that aspect of things, and this whole sermon being a Kahoot stuff. Rosa, literally no mention of her whatsoever. No breakfast for her, nothing about her, and what are we gonna do with Maria now that her mother's dead, right? Like, nobody's been talking about Rosa, Maria's father, Maria's father, about how we're gonna tell her father, not tell her father, but like how are we gonna have her father? Yeah, her father's identity is unknown. Literally, Rosa thought we don't know who her father is, and like, how are we gonna take care of her? If her father's identity is unknown, how are we gonna take care of Maria? Right? Is that even an important detail that her father's identity is unknown? Is that on purpose? Are we gonna meet Maria's father at some point in this visual novel? I'll be seeing Rosa again soon, so I'm not worried. What the frick, Beatrice? What are you trying to tell us? Is Maria's father important? Are we not? Is the visual novel not talking about Rosa's death at all? Other than just telling us, hey, she's dead, by the way, because there's a reason behind that. I mean, come on now. You can't just pull up, have Rosa be my favorite character, kill her, and then just leave it there. Like, nah, you've hooked me on Rosa. You made her my favorite character. So now you're just gonna kill her and just never talk about her again. Well, okay, we'll be seeing her again according to Beatrice. But what the frick, man? Have the visual novel talk about her. Have Eva or Battler randomly talk about her for no reason, even though they shouldn't. I don't know why they'd be talking about her right now, other than just being one of the dead people. Alright. I'm gonna commit this type of murder. Right, this is where we left off. Okay.
だって遺産相続権を喪失させるだけならどんな死に方だって構わない。むしろ事故死に見せかけた方がスマートでしょ。
If we just want to make them forfeit their rights to the inheritance, the methods of their deaths wouldn't have mattered. I see.
使用人たちを抱き込んで周到に計画していたならなおさらそうするでしょうよ。
Right, if I've been roping in the servants. Okay. But how do you know you're not just saying this as a defense and not as an actual good argument for your defense? I tried to make the death look like an accident, wouldn't I? One problem with that is 6 people aren't going to accidentally just die at the same time. Unless you're telling me just some giant tree fell on them and kill all 6 of them at once. How are you gonna make their death look like an accident? The typhoon killed them? Lightning? Storm outside? Just pfft, they all just died at the same time? How are you gonna make all of their deaths? How are you gonna validate that all their deaths are accidents? Besides, at the same time, why would you kill any of the servants? If the servants, if you're trying to rope in the servants as the people behind the deaths, why would you kill 2 of them? Why wouldn't you let all of them live and make it even more convincing that the servants all were in cahoots and all had a hand in this? Again, I'm arguing for Eva right now, actually, funnily enough. But yeah, just things to keep in mind, in my opinion.
それは常に殺人に見せるべきではない。
If you kill someone to make a profit, you definitely shouldn't make it look like a murder.
そういうことよ。だからおばさんは今からとてもブルーな気持ちなわけ。
In a very blue mood.
警察には黒幕扱いされて散々調べられるでしょうね。やだやだ。
I can't wait. That's your concern? You can't wait for that to happen? You don't care at all about your family that actually died? Also, what about Hideyoshi? If you're going to be treated as the person behind this, you don't think Hideyoshi would too? I mean, Hideyoshi would also have things to gain from doing this. Remember that. Of course, his company was in a rutter before now, right? With the shareholders. If he gains the wealth and inheritance of the Shiromiya, Kinzo, then ding ding ding. You know? He's good. Right? Hideyoshi's good. He's set. He doesn't have to worry about the shareholders anymore. Auntie Eva shrugged with a bitter smile. Just like it was easy to think of the servants as suspicious, it was also very easy to think of Auntie Eva suspicious. And then you can just start making the same arguments for everyone. Everyone is suspicious. So who really is the culprit? Huh? Everyone is suspicious. None of this makes sense. Just saying. If everyone is suspicious... Oh, let's go flip over the chessboard. Okay, before we get into this, go that flip over the chessboard. Thank you, Kirie. Kirie, we remember you. We will always never forget you. Same thing with Rosa. Anyway. Like I was saying... if everyone's suspicious, then nobody's suspicious. That doesn't help anybody. Did that mean it was impossible for the culprit to be the easily doubtable Auntie Eva? Flip over the chessboard. Try being Auntie Eva. What do you get then, Battler? Or Kidoshi? What do you get? What answer do you get to then? That's what you did last part. I think you got to a better answer. However, if that logic could pass so easily, then motive wouldn't count for anything. No, that can't be right. Knowing the motive should be a big clue towards knowing the culprit. This is true. This is true. That is why murderers throughout history have tried to ensure their motive will not be found out, by skillfully complicated incidents. Yep. And also by doing stuff that isn't their motive at all, like has nothing to do with what they're actually trying to do, just to confuse the detectives and researchers even more. Because it's like, then if this culprit's motive was to do this, then why would he do this, right? What if from the murderer's sake you go like, well, I'm gonna do this because even though I don't need to do it, but it will confuse them even more, so it's good. And that's why the murderer did that. Maybe there's no other explanation sometimes. Just saying. Maybe. I don't know. You don't know. Every time I flip over the chessboard, it keeps flipping from front to back and back to front. That isn't what Kirie taught you though, Battler. That isn't what Kirie taught you. Were my thoughts closing in on the truth? Or... Auntie Eva didn't want to talk any more than that, so I headed to the window, folding my arms so that I could cool my head a little. As I looked over the parlor, I saw George, Aniki, and the others gathered, talking. Wait a minute. Wait, you looked... Wait a minute. So wait, you're saying that you went over to the window, so I'm guessing you're standing here, right? Looking outside the window to the parlor. As I looked over the parlor, so did you turn around and... Are George and Aniki and the others gathered outside the parlor here? Or are they inside the parlor? I'm guessing they're still inside the parlor, and... I guess Battle is still inside too, with his arms folded and everything. And the others gathered talking. It looked like they were talking about the magic circle that had been painted on the onto the shutter. That is actually an important thing to be talking about, I agree. Okay, never mind, they're still in the parlor. Okay, cool. As Uncle Hideyoshi thought back to that time, he started drawing the shape in the margins of Maria's notebook. Interesting. Maria's notebook, you say? Okay. Okay, okay. Mari's notebook might be important then, if you're gonna keep drawing stuff on it. Hmm. Yes, Maria is the second only to grandfather in knowledge of the occult, so she might understand what it meant. Ah, that's true. That's true. That is true. Good point. But at the same time, I do feel a bit insulted to that for Maria. I know Maria herself might not feel insulted, and the reason why I say that is because y'all didn't believe her till now. Y'all have never once. Well, I say never once. Y'all haven't really believed her until now. But now, when it comes to her, actually knowing something that might help y'all, now you're like, okay, maybe it can help us out. But every time she was talking about witches and umbrellas earlier, y'all were like, nah, this kid's freaking bullcrapping about. And then we went like, but Maria doesn't bullcrap. That doesn't make sense. Was one of us disguising themselves as a witch? Ah, there you go. Cause y'all didn't believe Maria. That's a bit insulting. That when you finally see, this is how people play on. This is how people switch up on you. First they don't believe you, then they're like, "Oh, please help me out. We actually need your knowledge about the things you believe in, even though we didn't believe you that you believed in the things about the things you believed in." I'm just saying. Get him, Maria. Smash them in. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you, Maria. You're better than them. I'm here for you, Maria. I believed you. I was here for you. Whenever you got annoyed at them, I got just as annoyed along with you. I'm with you, Maria. uh, so she might understand what it meant.
多分こんな感じだったと思うで。十字架をアレンジしたみたいなマークが書かれとったんや。
My question is why? Actually, that's probably, yeah. I was gonna say, why wouldn't they just like go to the shutter again and show it to her, or draw it by going to the shutter? But yeah, now this, if you can recall it really well, and maybe Muddy recognized it right away without having to go to the shutter, that is better than walking all the way to the shutter and back. That's fair.
そしてこんな感じで外周の円を取り囲むように妙な文字がびっしり書き込まれていて、十字架の上下左右の辺とその四隅にも何か書かれていたんや。アルファベットとかそういうのとちゃうで。
It looked like some weird demonic symbols. I saw that.
あれはよく言う古代文字とかいうやつや。
Ancient characters, cool, whatever. Some weird symbols, at least I've never seen before. They're clearly not Japanese or English or whatever it is. So definitely like some demonic crap. Definitely some witch crap going on there. Closely packed strange letter inside the outer circle. Something strange written on all four sides of the cross. In the empty spaces in the corners. Okay.
あと円周部の頂点に小さなマークがありましたな。
On the top of the circumference? I don't remember something like that.
小さな丸を5つ十字状に並べ、それぞれを直線で結んだようなマークでした。
I don't remember those. Can we get to see the mark again, or are they just gonna keep describing it? Because I don't remember these 5 small circles arranged in a plus sign. Although to be fair, I didn't pay extreme attention to the mark. Like I paid attention to it, but like not enough to be able to like grasp every single detail. So Nanjo's probably right. Small mark around the top of the circumference. 5 small circles arranged in a plus sign, you say? Okay.
ああ、確かにそんなのも書いてあったで。図形的には間違いなくこれや。細かい文字はわからんが、配列はほぼ同じや。
Okay. Everyone was staring down at the shape, so I stared down at it too. Okay, let's look at the 5 circles he's talking about. I don't see that. I don't see these 5 circles. Like, yeah, okay. This is the cross they were talking about, right? Then the empty spaces. There. In the 4 corners. which I guess are those, and then in the outer circle. But I do not see these five circles, five small circles that look like a cross on top of the circumference. Where could they possibly be located? From what I had heard, this had been painted on the shutter to the storehouse with some material that looked like blood. Which probably is blood, to be honest. I don't know why they keep saying material that looks like blood. Same thing with the bloody doorknob on Natsui's door. Like, that's blood. Come on, man. But I don't see the five magic... Can you guys let me know where the five circles are? Five small circles are? Let me know in the comments. Oh, wait! Is it... no, that doesn't make sense. It's these... No, these are just like... No, that's just light. That's just light reflecting. Let me know in the comments if you know where they are. On top of the circumference. I don't see it. I see everything else to describe it, not these five circles that look like a cross. Unless they mean these things. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's not a circle. That's more like a square that is derived from circles. Unless you mean these circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see what circles they're on about. But okay. I remember the shape decently well now. 10, 10, 10. Okay. We've seen it like 3 times. So I think I more or less know the shape. I don't understand the letters, but I more or less know the shape. I can't tell you guys I've memorized it, but like I can tell you guys I know it pretty well by this point. We've seen it enough times. I see. This sure is unsettling. Okay.
こんなわけのわかんねえもんを書きたがるのはじいさまだけだろ。まったくどこに行っちまったんだ。とっ捕まえて意味を聞き出してやりたいぜ。
Jessica's voice contained impatience and anger. 2 things that we do not need right now. We do not need those right now. Neither of those. She hadn't gone so far so to say that grandfather was the culprit, but it looked as though she thought that grandfather definitely knew the culprit's identity. See that is something I can agree with. That is something I can actually agree with. Kenzo knows the culprit's identity? Yes. Kenzo clearly, the way he's been talking before this, about all this witchcraft, he knows about Beatrice, he knows how Beatrice is doing all these murders, he knows about the culprit's identity, he knows all about Beatrice, come on now. Yeah, he knows about this demonic circle too, I bet. Yeah. We might be confused, I have a thought that Beatrice has a hand in this. Kenzo has a better idea than I have about what's going on. Yeah, definitely. So let's hope his disappearance isn't for too long, and let's hope that Kenzo is still alive, so he can help us explain stuff. And also because if Kenzo isn't alive, then he'll never get to see Beatrice smile again, unless he gets revived again with Rosa, because Rosa's the only other one that Beatrice apparently said she was gonna revive in the character files. Okay. Certainly, if you asked around for the link that bound the Ushiruma family and the occult together, 10 out of 10 people would name grandfather. Not Maria in any way. Maria did not link. No, she's very interested in the occult. And wait a minute, you say 10 out of 10. How many aren't we 12? If you exclude Kinzo, we're 11. Ooh, you said 10 out of 10. Ooh, wait a minute. I might be looking too deep into this, but is there something there? There's 11 of us excluding Kinzo. And if Kinzo isn't the culprit, right? Then one of us is the culprit, which means, well, no, that still doesn't make sense, but it's 10 out of 10. Unless you're not counting the culprit as one of the people answering, so it's still 10 out of 10. Ooh, is there something to that? Woo. I don't know. I'm probably looking too deep into that. It's probably just him, just another one of him saying that everyone would have just said that Kinzo's the one that brought us together, the occult and the family together. I don't think I'm supposed to think about it that deeply. I don't know. I don't know how meta this visual novel goes. I don't know how much you need to remember those kind of, or like how well you can pick up on those kind of small details that they actually give you hints like that. I mean, they probably already have given me hints how to solve a couple of the mysteries so far, but I haven't noticed any of them. So I guess either I've been doing a terrible job, or this is the whole point. Because when you reread the visual novel, if you eventually ever reread the visual novel, you're supposed to catch on these hints and be like, "Oh, now everything makes so much more sense." Huh. Like it always is with mystery stuff. You know, with mystery stuff, you watch them the first time, you're like, "What the hell is happening?" Then you watch them the second time, it's like, "Ah, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, yep." And that's when this person did that, and that's where the witch came in and did that, and that's when nya nya nya, and that's when Kenzo disappeared, and that's where Battler starts suspecting Eva because of that, and that's why Eva replies with that, and yeah, you get me? So, I mean, which, yeah, I guess is the whole point. Anyway, I'm probably looking too deeply into that. Okay. Which meant that this might have been something addressed to grandfather. Dun dun dun. So maybe Kinzo disappeared because he saw this and was like, "Alright, peace out, guys. I gotta look at the other messages that this culprit has given me, I guess." That's right. The reason to advertise the crime is to show it off to the survivors. Exactly. In that case, where had grandfather, as the essential recipient of this message, disappeared off to?
こんな図形に何か心当たりはあるかい？
Maria! Maria, think. Maria, help us out. Ah, I see what you mean now. Those are the bells the shape are ringing. Maria, help us out! Give us more than that. Maria looked at the shape with a serious face. Maybe she was enthusiastic since this was her area of expertise. Hey, it is her area of expertise. Go on then. Show off how skillful you are and trash on these people who doubted you. Let's go, Maria. However, her appearance was that of someone separated from the events at hand, as though this thing hadn't been drawn on the shutter closed around her mother's corpse. It's like, my mother is inside the storehouse, but I'm gonna think about this magic circle now. Whoa.
僕の第一印象ではどこか外国の十字章に似たデザインだなって思ったかな。
ああ、確かにこんなデザインや。ということはどこぞの国と何か関係があるんか？
Which foreign country? Something with that foreign country, because we know Kinzo's into Western crap. He said that before, like a long time ago, but I remember it. So, is there a specific foreign country that he's specializing into? In fact, wasn't the whole mansion built upon like ideas from Western countries or something? But the guest house kept the Japanese style, I think. Japanese building structure. Does that mean that the mansion, this isn't gonna make sense to you unless you're really knowledgeable on this, or you're also an engineering student? Does that mean that also that the electricity on the mansion runs at 50 50 hertz? Actually, I say really knowledgeable. Nah, that should be that's probably more common knowledge than what I think it is. Yeah, it probably is common. But does it run at 50 hertz, or does it run at like at 60 hertz? I wonder, because I'm pretty sure the electricity in Japan runs at 60 hertz. I want to say the same way it does in the USA, but in Europe we have it at 50 hertz. So if the mansion really is like European design, how far, like the engineering, I'm thinking the engineering side of things, because you know that's my, I guess, area of expertise. I say that it's not really my area of expertise, yeah, but did the engineers go as far as going like, you wanted this European, I will give you 50 hertz electricity, and the guest house, is it then separated from the electricity of the mansion, and that one's instead given given 60 hertz, and this one 50 hertz. But I know electricity exists clearly because we can see the light up there. We can see the light bulbs. So clearly they've got electricity. And of course, electricity is a thing in 1986. Of course, I know that. But like, we know that electricity in the mansion is what I mean. Like, we know, okay, they have electricity, which means they probably have like light switches and stuff, which means the frequency of the electricity is relevant. Alright, again, I'm thinking about stuff that is absolutely not going to be relevant in the visual novel at all. I'm only thinking about this because I'm an engineering student, and it's absolutely not relevant. And the creator of this story probably didn't put thought into it. He probably just went like, alright, Western style mansion, that's it. He didn't really think about, because he's a storyteller, or she. I don't know who or how many people. I don't know who made this story, but whoever it is, I doubt because there are stories that doubt they focus about stuff that only has to do with engineers, and only engineers really have to care about, right? If you write stories for entertainment, you don't have to think about whether the electricity on the wall, like with which frequency it runs at. Well, if you are an engineer, you do. That's your job. But I doubt that kind of person is thinking about that when he's doing this. Although some people do like to branch out. Some people, when they make stories, they do like to branch out to different areas of expertise, and try to like incorporate the like more advanced stuff from different, not just engineering, but like building structures in general. Because engineering is more than building structures, right? Or just like other sorts of areas of expertise, like philosophy. Who knows? Maybe the person who wrote this is inspired by some philosopher out there, like with the flipping over the chessboard thing, or this symbol now that we're looking at right now, the satanic symbol, right? Or the witch stuff. Maybe the author was inspired by some sort of philosophy, or like religion, academic person, right? Maybe. Or maybe, again, like I said, I might be thinking too deeply into this, which is definitely very viable. I do like to think deep into still. I don't. It depends on the stuff I'm thinking of and looking at with when it comes to how deeply I like to think about them, uh, uh, um, or look into them. But yeah. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Doesn't mean it has to do. Okay. Which foreign country specifically?
その国の十字章はもともと聖地巡礼者を守るための騎士修道士たちの紋章だったそうですな。
So here we go. I was just talking about religious stuff, and yeah, it is brought up here. Religious order of knights, and was supposed to protect pilgrims traveling to sacred places. Okay.
つまりこの魔法陣には宗教的な意味があるってことかよ。
Religious pilgrims to sacred places. But what relevance does that have to the situation at hand? Religious pilgrims to sacred places. Order of Knights. Order of Knights. Pilgrimage, sacred places. Does not ring any bells that could help me in any way right now, as of right now.
ますますにちんぷんかんぷんだぜ。
These started to sound like gibberish. When I looked over all of them, preparing to jump into the discussion, something shocked me. What? What? Maria? Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Holy crap! Whoa! Okay, how? After everything that's happened so far, how is that? How is this the thing that gives me the biggest jump scare so far? God damn, Mario. Okay, this is the perfect time to utilize this. Boom. Perfect time to utilize this button. We get to see Maria staring very scarily at our soul. Hey, yo, Maria, what do you want from me? I'm looking into her eye. What are you looking at, Maria? Damn, okay. Impressive visual novel. I was not expecting that. I know Battler said that something shocked him, but that one came out of nowhere. I was literally just about to say, does it have something to do with Maria? I was literally about to say that, and out of nowhere, like, whoa. Okay. Salamari, why is she smiling like that? Maria, please, are you aware that your mother died? Do you even know the implications of your mother dying? Do you even know what's going on, Maria? Please! Maria! I don't even know how is she taking this seriously at all? What is she doing? What? uh, Man, I wish I could make like this the thumbnail. That would be this is such a good thumbnail, you know, for a video. Anyway, I doubt it's going to be the thumbnail, uh, but it would be cool. Anyway, Maria was grinning, an eerie expression on her face that defied description. I know, I see it. You scared me, bro. Who drew this? Who drew Maria looking like this? You're a frick. You gave me a tiny jump scare there. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Like, it wasn't like I didn't go like huh or anything. But okay, I kind of did. But like, come on, man. Why would you do that to me, man? I wasn't expecting that. Grinning an eerie expression on her face that defied description. Right, she was probably staring at the symbol. She probably has noticed what the symbol is all about and knows all about it. And now she's smiling because she's like, ah, ooh, the symbol. Ooh. She's gonna make a whole song. Watch. Ooh, magic's religious symbol. Ooh. And then she's gonna go like, Order of Knights, going on pilgrimage to the sacred place. I know all about this magic circle. Okay, anyway, let's keep it moving. A sort of grin, almost like she was making fun of everyone's ignorance. Let's go, Maria. Yeah, that's my headcanon. I believe that's actually what's happening. I know Battle is just saying almost like she will. Nah, that's actually what's happening, bro. She's staring at the magic circle like, I know what this is, and these idiots don't. LOL, I know what's happening. Woo! Or should I say, everyone else is dumb, ignorant. Yes, I'm the expert here. Expert in Teams. Okay, that's okay. I said expert in Teams. That's a company that you can work for here. Anyway, or on Teams. Expert in Teams or on Teams. I'm not sure, but some acquaintances of mine have worked in that company. That's why I mentioned it. Has nothing to do with this. Okay. Anyway. It was an expression that I wouldn't ever have believed Mario to be capable of making. Bro, it's an expression I didn't believe anyone was capable of making, bro. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do the trick again. Alright, mouse cursor go away. Mouse cursor go away. Go away, go away, go away. There we go. This is an expression I didn't think anyone was capable of making, bro. Although the camera angle helps it a bit. The camera angle with her like one eye right in front of our faces, like staring to me. That was scary though. I'll admit this was scary. Okay, I'll give you the guy. This was more scary than the dead bodies in the shutter in the storehouse. Maybe because the dead bodies in the storehouse were obvious, and you know, like there was this whole thing like set up before like we even heard that the bodies were there. So like we got good time before like they actually happened. It's not like Battler was in the parlor talking about something, and then I clicked, and all of a sudden we just saw a random dead body of one of them. I was like, wow, that would have shocked me too. But like, this came out of nowhere. Okay, anyway, but I feel like at the same time, this is good because it's unpredictable. Then we're just sitting here in the parlor talking about magic circles, and all of a sudden we jump scared by a little girl. God damn it. That's good. Keeps things unpredictable. You never know when you're gonna get, I don't know, shot, scared. Okay, you're also never going to get shot. To be fair, that's true. But like, that's not the word I wanted to use. I'm scared. Okay. Anyway. Whoa! Whoa! And then she laughed. What the frick? Yo. Okay, let's do this again. We have to. Yo, her teeth. What's going on with her teeth? She has shark teeth too. Why does she have shark teeth, man? No, don't get cursed by shark teeth. Don't be like those other anime girls. Come on now. Have normal teeth. Don't have this little, like... little like shark tooth coming out. What the hell is that? It's like, but I see a reflection in her eyes. Why is that? Is that a hat? Is that? I think that's someone's head, shoulders there, and a hat. I think. Unless that's hair. No, that's not hair. That's definitely a hat. And that's someone's head and I guess ear. That's someone's face. What is she staring at? The frick? And then she laughed. An eerie, jarring laugh. Even though I was looking at it right in front of my eyes, I really didn't want to accept it was real. It as real. Huh. Voice. Oh! Oh my god! That's a double jump. Yo, what are those eyes? What the frick? What the I did not think it was gonna get even scarier. Dude! That's impressive! They jump scared me twice! Yo! What are those eyes? Wait, we have to do that again. Look at that! Bro, this has to be... Oh, I really wish I could make this the thumbnail of the video. Nah, okay, that would be kind of spoilery though, actually. Never mind, maybe not. Okay, never mind. That would be spoilery. I don't know, like, yeah. I would spoil the jump scare. I'm not gonna do that, even if I could. But this is so sick. Look at her teeth! Look at the detail on her teeth! Yo, like, we just saw a second ago she had a shark tooth. But now, like, they've properly gone through the effort of doing everything. That just adds to the scariness. And the detail in the eye and the perspective. This is amazing artwork. It worked. Wow. I did not see that coming. And of course, now we get the same soundtrack we were hearing when she read the letter. And she's also starting to talk like she was when she read the letter. So, Maria's going crazy again. And she continues to not care at all about her mother's death or anyone else's death. So, let's go, Maria. Hey, if you're gonna explain the magic circle to us and bring us one step closer to the truth, we'll take it. Come on, Maria, explain. We're completely wrong. It's not. It has nothing to do with religion, then. Nothing to do with the pilgrimage. Nothing to do with the sacred place Nandro was talking about. You have more info? Tell us. Let us know. That is a scary freaking laugh. Battler was not lying when he said she pulled out an eerie laugh. You know, if you could tell just by looking, that would be fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm not as into occult stuff and magic circles as you are. Like I've heard of them. I've seen like glimpses. You know. Yeah, you know, I've heard of like what's his name again? Something like something Manson, the Manson guy, right? He had like this whole occult thing, and they did like terrorist attacks, but like they were this whole occult religion thing. Or there was this other one, but caused by this other person where they all just like suicided. It was like I don't know, like 50 people suicided. Like it was also like this whole occult religion thing. Or what about like that one occult like cult where you know, it's all about like suicide, like suiciding is good, stop giving birth to children, like that whole cult. I've dabbled it glimpses of it. I don't think I've gone deep enough to just immediately recognize a magic circle by looking at it. No, sorry, Maria, I can't go. I haven't gone that far. But enlighten me, you know. I guess just for you, I'm interested. But that was scary. Man, I just have to mention it before we keep going. Voice actress, whoever you are. Voice actress of Maria. I just want to say, voice actress of everyone in this visual novel. They deserve their own claps, man. I hope you guys are clapping too. Oh, yeah, this is fantastic. Anyway, let's keep going. Oops, sorry. I think I just kind of bumped my mic. Anyway, while everyone was scared out of their wits, Maria alone kept on cackling happily. Hey yo, I'm down with it. Let's go. Keep on cackling, Maria. Let's go. After a while, that laugh suddenly and abruptly cut off. Damn, I cannot believe, Maria, the one person who wasn't there when the bodies were found, scared me more than the actual bodies when they were found. I guess that might have been the point. I guess the person who made this visual novel didn't want us necessarily to be scared by those bodies. He wanted us to make it. He wanted to make it obvious and for us to not be really spooked by it. I guess that's kind of the whole point of that. But yeah, which I guess is makes sense, right? Because if the if every single thing that happens is dramatic, or like every single thing that it wouldn't be climactic anymore. Like this wouldn't have worked if the same thing was going on with the bodies. Like the same jump scare happened with the bodies. So this got me. Impressive, Maria. And the teeth, why are they so detailed? Okay, anyway. Imagine she changes expression again, and like, or like the this picture changes again, or like she jump scares me even more. That's possible, but I think by this point I am expecting it a bit more. So let's see if she proves me wrong that I'm not expecting it. Maybe I won't be seeing it coming. Who knows? But her expression was still like someone completely different from Maria. Okay, she's gone back to having this expression, so she's not staring at us. Did she also have shorter hair? I feel like she has longer hair here than she did when she was like staring at us. But you know, I might go back and check that out later. I think it was just the perspective though, and her hair is the same. Anyway, this is the 7th magic circle of the sun. The 7th magic circle of the sun? Wait a minute, are you telling me I have to count all the planets in our solar system? What is it? Mercury, Venus, Earth? Well, was that like the going Earth? What's next? Mars? What is it? Jupiter, Saturn? When does Neptune come in? Uranus, Pluto? What? I don't really know. I used to know them when I was a kid, you know, when I was forced to learn them. But I don't really know them anymore. I think Mercury, Venus, Earth is correct, and I think it's Mars. Or Mars, I don't really know how it's pronounced in English, but I think it should be either Mars or Mars or Mars, something along those lines. I pronounce it Mars, so it's different for us. But okay, Mars, and then what's 5th? Is Jupiter after Mars, or is it like, maybe it's Uranus? Maybe it's Uranus. Maybe we got Jupiter, Neptune. Now, aren't Jupiter and Saturn right next to each other? They're the 2 biggest planets in our solar system, aren't they? And they're also just made of gas anyway. Like you can't land on those planets. Unfortunately, we can't just go a spaceship over. The gas will just kill us. But anyway, yeah, Jupiter and Saturn, I'm pretty sure they're like right next to each other. And then Neptune, I think, is right after them, I think. I don't know where Uranus comes in. But it's there at some point. Oh yeah, by the way, no Uranus jokes. No, don't be doing that. Come on now. We're not children anymore, are we? I mean, okay, maybe in our hearts we are. In our minds we are, but like, come on now. I'm avoiding making Uranus jokes right now. Those stop being funny. Well, depending on the situation, those stop being funny, I feel like, way too many years ago. Anyway, this is the 7th magic circle of the sun. Although, some of those can be creative. I don't know if you guys have read Berserk. I'm not gonna spoil Berserk, don't worry. But there's a meme about the character in Berserk. If you've seen Berserk, you'll know what I mean. Or read Berserk. There's a meme about a character in Berserk going like, "Oh man, hey Guts, do you know what my favorite planet in the solar system is?" Or something like that. And then it's like this, the character looking at Kid. It's so dark, it's so messed up. I mean, Berserk itself is very messed up, but that joke took a messed up story and made it even more messed up. Okay, so if it's creative like that, Uranus jokes do work. But anyway, let's keep reading. 7th magic circle of the sun. So what's the 7th planet in the sun? Saturn, Neptune? Neptune. Hebrew? Oh, so it is Wait, I'm kind of dumb. Isn't Hebrew Jewish, or like the letters, the characters that they use in the Jewish? I might be an idiot, guys. I'm sorry if I'm a very like either old or new Jewish or something like that. I think that's what the characters. I might be an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm not a religious expert. Listen, I'm a poor engineer, and you know I'm not. This isn't my levels. This isn't my this is not where my genius comes in. Okay.
貸して
Land it here. Seventh magic circle of the sun. The characters are Hebrew. So, like, that's the language used in Judaism, right? So what does it have to do with what Naj was talking about? It has nothing to do with pilgrimage in sacred place, or I don't know, religion about holy nights. That's completely irrelevant then. If it is Judaism. I don't know what's going on. Seventh magic circle of the sun. We'll try to remember that, and that the character is Hebrew. Let's try to remember that for now. He was just like, hey yo, this girl is bossing us around now. she look at her face though. She ain't got no care in the world at her mother's death. No care in the world. She never even started to care. Maria stole the writing materials from the stunned Hideyoshi's hand. She then started drawing another magic circle, effortlessly, right next to the one that Hideyoshi had drawn. What the frick? What now? Is she gonna draw the sixth magic circle? No, it's seventh. God damn it, remember, I mean, what was it? It was the seventh. It was the seventh something. Oh my god. I literally was saying, I mean, try to remember that. It was 2 seconds ago. And I already forgot what it was. Seventh. I think it was like seventh magic circle from hell. Not from hell. It was like seventh magic circle. I don't know. I can't believe I forgot it. Yo, that face though. What?
こんな図形だったんじゃないかな
Why are you making that face though? It's this kind of shape, right?
そんな図形だった。
It was.
マリアすごいな
すごい。
さすが詳しいぜ
Look at her face! Jessica tried to smooth things over by praising Maria. That face has me more amazed than her knowledge of the circles, of the magic circles. That face is incredible. Oh man, dude, if a kid stared at me like that, bro, I would be terrified. I would do whatever the kid told me to do, bro. If a kid stared at me with that face, I'd be like, yes. I'll go like, Maria, yes, ma'am. I'm at your service. Literally, I'll be like the servants. I'll be like Canon and Shannon and Genji, and I'll actually be a servant. Like, what the frick is that face? Maybe. Oh man, okay. Maybe she wanted to make sure that this was still the Maria who everyone knew so well. I don't know. Maria goes in and out of phases, I feel like. Who knows? Who knows who the Maria really is? Which Maria is the one we really know so well? But Maria didn't give her any particular response. Maria started fluently writing unfamiliar characters in the corners of the shape. Okay. At this sight, the eyes of Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Nanjo instantly began to widen. They're like, oh my god, she's nailing it.
天地と左右に書かれているのは風化水道を司る天使たちの名
What? The angels who were? What is what? I know this isn't I know this is what they were using in the old times, but what sort of Avatar reference is this? Wait a minute, did Umineko come out before Avatar? No, Avatar came out like, what, 2006 or something? When did Umineko come out? I actually don't know when Umineko came out. I would assume like mid to late 2000s, right? Okay, Higurashi, the anime no came out in 2006, which means the visual novels had to at least have been created several years before that. I'm gonna guess like at least 3 years before that. So like 2003, maybe 2002 or something. I think Umineko was made after Higurashi. I might be wrong. So let's go Umineko was made like 2008, maybe. Maybe. Like the Higurashi anime came out in 2006. Let's say like 2 years later, Umineko came out. Maybe. So I don't know. I think even if Avatar: The Last Airbender existed then, I don't know if Avatar. I don't remember. It definitely came out in the mid to late 2000s. That too. But even if Avatar: The Last Airbender existed then, I don't think this visual novel was inspired by that either way. It doesn't really matter. But yeah. Within the 4 arms of the cross are the names of the angels who preside over the air, fire, water, and earth. So these names, I guess. The 4 arms of the cross, right? That's like air, fire, water, and earth. Okay. What she said. Wait a minute. Ariel? Water? You mean Ariel from Mermaid? Little Mermaid what was it called again? That movie? That Disney movie. Y'all saw it. I don't know what the other means. Chasan is fire. Tallyhead is then earth. Porlak. Sorry if I said that wrong. Wait. Porlak is earth. Tallyhead is water. Ariel would then be fire. Oh, I'm wrong. Chasan is air. Oh, okay. My bad. So, okay, has nothing to do with my Little Mermaid from Disney. Diagonal directions. So these 4. That, and that. 4 great rulers. Who are they? Wait. I've heard of Ariel. Now we have Ariel. Not Ariel. We have Ariel. Now we have the mermaid. Seraph. I don't know anything about Seraph other than I know there's an anime called Seraph of the End. I was going to watch that, but then I just kind of like procrastinated it, and now I'm not gonna watch it. I've dropped it. I'm fine with it. Tharshis and Cherub are new words to me though. New names. 4 great rulers, you say. Do they match? Hey, even if they didn't match, I think they'd say yes because of how well drawn your circle is. Even if you are unable to correctly write what you have seen, if you are once again shown something identical, it isn't difficult to state that the 2 are the same. It's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we know that. Asked by Maria whether they matched, Uncle Hidoshi and Dr. Nanjo nodded over and over again. They're like, nervously like, yes, but how the frick were you able to draw that so accurately? Okay, so then Maria. Can you tell us what the symbol might mean? Because I feel like whoever the culprit is wanted us to think about this magic circle, wanted us to ask you about it, and wanted us to have an answer from you. So what is your answer? What sort of message would you say the culprit is trying to give us? Because it's clear to me Beatrice or someone here is trying to give us a message. Let us know. How can you write something like that? How can you not, Hideyoshi? You just suck, bro. You stuck thinking about shareholders when really you should have been thinking about magic circles. Maria one up to you. Right, the 5 small circles you guys were talking about that I never saw. Alright. What about those, Maria? I love Mario so much, man. It's like, you call me an idiot? Of course I know. Here, let me show you. I freaking love her, man. Oh my god, and the voice actress too is nailing it. Maria began jotting down Hebrew all around the circumference. She's like, I got this. Yeah, just chill. Give me time to finish. She's not like Jessica, she's patient.
書の詩編
Your
第
face again.
116編の16節と17節だよ。
Huh? She remembers them down to the psalm and verses? With that face too? Damn, bruh. From the Old Testament's book of Psalms? Yeah! So it is Jewish then or something.
聖書くらい読んでなきゃ。
Oh, it's the Bible. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, she said Old Testament, so I should have known it was Bible. But isn't Old Testament also like taken from, the Jewish Torah, was it? Or I might be wrong. Listen, I'm not knowledgeable enough to claim anything. I don't want to offend anyone either. If anyone here is religious, either Jewish or Bible, Christian, sorry, and reads the Bible. Again, I don't want to offend anyone or anything because of my clearly not good enough knowledge. So we'll just go with what Maria's saying because she knows what she's talking about. You must at least read the Bible. Wrong. I don't read the Bible, Maria. I have not read the Bible. How long is the Bible? Is the Bible longer than Umineko? Is that a dumb question to ask? Is that a question I should be laughing at? I'm sorry if I've said something wrong there. I don't know. I don't plan on reading the Bible anytime soon. I know it's the most sold book of all time, but damn, all I'm saying is Umineko's hitting. It's hitting good. So maybe Umineko, it's not a book, but this novel is working with me, man. Maybe it should be sold more. But okay, no, I have not read the Bible, Maria. I've read like excerpts of it, like tiny texts of it about stuff that has happened, but I've like never sat down to go like, all right, Psalm 1, verse 1, chapter 1, what, at the start of the Bible, and just started reading. Never done that, ever. Because I don't own a Bible either, so I can't even do that if I tried. Hey, listen, I owned One Piece manga volumes individually. I bought the 4th box set. Like, if you count that as, I count that as it's not quite the Bible, but I count that as at least my holy books, manga, I guess. Manga are books, in a way. No. Sorry for not being knowledgeable, Maria. I apologize. I own One Piece volumes. Have you read One Piece? One Piece is not about mystery. It is about mystery, but it's not about murder mystery. Okay. So, I can't help you there. I don't think my extreme amount of knowledge in One Piece is going to help in any way when it comes to Bible and this murder mystery here and this magic circle. It's not gonna help. That laugh! Acting as though knowing this was only common sense, Maria laughed. I know, right? I like that she's acting like that. I like that. Show them the attitude. No one believed her. Now she's showing them up. Like, yeah, y'all are the idiots. For a while, everyone, including me, was at a loss for words. After some moments, Jojaniki returned to his senses and slowly managed to speak.
すごいね。驚いたよ。それで、この魔法陣にはどんな意味があるんだい？
太陽の力を借りる魔法陣だよ。
She's like, duh. Duh. Of course it is.
黄金で描き、護符にして身につけたる者はいかなる牢獄であろうとも、束縛から逃れ、自由を得られる力を授けられる。
There's the hints! There it is, that's why I was clapping earlier, just a second ago. To borrow the power of the sun? What does the sun have to do with the land of the gold? Breaking free? Borrowing the power of the sun? What the Beatrice? She's got blonde hair, same color as the sun. Yellow? Huh? Jessica's got blonde hair too, does that help? Hey, Cross got blonde hair, that clearly did not help him. That did not give him the power of the sun. I'll tell you that. Okay, wait. He who wears it as a talisman drawn in gold shall receive the power to break free from the bonds of any prison and gain freedom? So is that why Okay, maybe not this magic circle, but is that why? How did Natsu survive the night? What necklace witch protection did he give Jessica that was eventually passed on to the Natsu? How did Natsu survive the night? What was that bloody doorknob about? He who wears it as a talisman, John in gold, shall receive the power to break free from the bonds of any prison game. I don't really know the implications of any of this, but talisman John in gold. Okay.
束縛から逃れ自由を得られる
Yeah, sounds like the same type of stuff that it was talking about in the epitaph, doesn't it? The one that Kinzo wrote.
意味深だぜ
Weren't there two people who were going to be separated? Something about like so? That's not me making my Bob Ross, attempt. But break free from the bonds and gain freedom. Yeah, in the epitaph it says something about two people being separated or two things being separated, but then they were going to get like put together again or something. When you wear it as a talisman, John in gold or something, she said though. I don't know. Beatrice is planning. Gain freedom. Do you gain freedom after you separate these two people? Do these two people gain freedom once they separate? Once they break free from each other's bonds? With the talisman thing you're talking about? John in gold? I don't know. Sounds deep. I agree, Jessica. It does sound deep.
この束縛という意味は何も肉体的なものだけを指さないと解釈されている。
Yeah, I immediately started thinking about like sort of emotional bonds. Yeah.
だから縛られて牢屋にいる人ばかりに意味があるわけじゃないよ。
Yeah, trust me, Maria. I immediately interpret it as like a metaphorical thing. Immediately, yeah.
しがらみや逃れぬ運命など精神的な束縛からの解放も意味してるんだよ。
Release from mental bonds such as ties to an inescapable fate. Release from mental bonds. Obligation, inescapable fate. That leads me to think of the servants again. The servants, right? It's their obligation to serve, just like Eva mentioned. They serve Kinzo. But when you draw the magic circle, what if they drew that and then they released from these bonds of serving Kinzo and the family, and that's why they were able to start killing? Then we can start talking about then we can finally start talking about what's her name, Eva's theory again. Possibly. I don't know. I might be an idiot. Could be thinking about this the wrong way. Yeah, the servants. They keep calling themselves furniture. They're gonna serve you guys until the day they die. I don't know. I think it hits. I think it fits. It bangs. I guess so, yeah.
しかしさっぱりわからん。
How does Mario know all this?
それとあの6人の遺体とどんな関係があるっちゅうんや。
Let's see if Maria answers that question.
束縛からの解放どころか殺された上に倉庫に閉じ込められてたんやで。
I mean, maybe someone else was released because they did that. I don't know. I can't help you there, Hideyoshi.
別にその6人のために魔法陣が描かれてるわけじゃない。
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, exactly. Like literally what I said. Like, someone else might have gotten this freedom of obligation that she was talking about.
魔法陣のために6人はそこにいるんでしょう。
Is that it? So the 6 of them were sacrifices to be able to draw the magic circle using their blood, so that then someone else could gain this free of obligation. Something along those lines, maybe? It's not like the magic circle was on for the sake of the 6 of them were there for the sake of the magic circle.
お気の毒だよ。
You feel bad for the 6 of them? You feel bad for your mom? Hey, that's your mother you're talking about. Look at her face! Bro, she's not thinking twice about her mother. She's just like, mother, man. It wasn't drawn for her sake. Too bad. Oh my god, what is going on with Maria here?
どういう意味だい？魔法陣のために6人がいるってのは一体。
What do you mean when you say this? As in, like, their bloods infused were used to draw the magic circle, I guess. Whoever did it. At this point, I don't know why I didn't just start suspecting Maria, if anything. Shit, like, you know what I mean? No, obviously, I wouldn't suspect a 9-year-old either, but... Maria lifted up her index finger and waggled it as if she were making fun of us. I can imagine that. No, no, no. Wrong again.
それは演習部に書いてるよ。
Ah, that's what those 5 circles are? The small circles that Nanjo's talking about?
読めないかな。
I guess not. No, I can't read Hebrew. Help me out.
詩編第116編16節と17節。
Yes, you said that earlier. Psalm 16, verses 16 and 17. Okay? Can you read in Hebrew? Can you translate? Help us out here?
読んであげるよ。
Yes! Thank you, Maria. You're the goat!
主は私の枷を解かれました。
Right.
私はあなたに感謝の生贄を捧げ、主の皆を呼ぶでしょう。
Sacrifice of thanksgiving? Is this why the people celebrate Thanksgiving? I will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call on the name of the Lord. This is ridiculous. I will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call on the name of the Lord. See, you're saying see as if I'm supposed to be getting something obvious from this, but I'm not. I don't understand. The Lord has freed me from my chains. I will offer. Isn't this what Kinzo did? Okay, let's think about this from Kinzo's POV. The Lord has freed me from my chains. This is Kinzo saying this. I'll offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving, right? Maybe that's Kenzo sacrificing his entire family and inheritance to see Beatrice smile one more time. And we'll call on the name of the Lord, Beatrice. Beatrice has freed me from my chains. I'll offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving, also known as my inheritance and my family. I will call on the name of the Lord, or I'll call on the name of the Beatrice. See? So this is all just a plan for Kenzo to get to see Beatrice smile one more time. So you're telling me we're all gonna die because Kenzo wants to see his Beatrice one more time? So that magic circle was just drawn by Kenzo to get that contact again or something? That's why he disappeared? Nah, there's gotta be something else going to that, I feel like. Something else has to be going on.
ねって何を言ってるのかさっぱりだぜ。
生贄だってのか。
Sacrifices. If the part that Maria had just read aloud was the vital part of the magic circle, then it was saying that the benefit of this magic circle required sacrifices to be offered in exchange. Sacrifices to be offered in exchange. Remember what they were talking about the epitaph? About sacrifices so that we could reap the rewards of the sacrifices? Huh? Is this that same type of logic? Is the part of Maria just saying the benefit of this magic circle is required sacrifice to be offered in exchange. The benefit of this magic circle requires sacrifice to be offered in exchange. Aha. Aha. Nope, okay. So inside the storehouse, where the magic circle had been drawn, the sacrifices had been offered. So maybe the culprit didn't really care whether or not we saw the bodies. The magic circle had nothing to do with alarming us about it. It was just them trying to use their blood to get some form of gain. So inside the storehouse where the magic circle had been drawn, the sacrifice. Okay. It looked like everyone else had slowly arrived at the same conclusion. Some were shocked, others spat out, "They're insane!" as they punched their knees. This was starting to become a seriously disturbing story, and we couldn't accept it, nor understand it. I don't care what kind of magic circles or curses other people believe in. That's their right, and I won't pick a fight with them. But your opinion is that you don't believe in it? Also, I'm of the same opinion with you, Battler. I also don't care what kind of magic circles or curses other people believe in. You're right. I'll let people believe what they want to believe. Same thing with the other stuff, the other stuff we were talking about earlier. And of course, that is absolutely right. I'll absolutely not pick a fight. Nothing, no issues with me. But all I'm saying, you know, could be relevant for us though, whether we care or not. We are probably gonna get pulled into this magic circle stuff either way, and curses. So better hang out with Maria a lot, gain as much info as we can, I guess. More blood. But did they really kill that and the rest as sacrifices for some bullcrap like that? I just couldn't stand that feeling. Yeah, you're irritated again, aren't you? The more you think about that scene, the less sad you become and the more irritated you are, aren't you, Battler? I think I'm starting to get you, Battler. I want to understand you, Battler. Let me join your thought process here. I'd rather still be disgusted over all that talk around the inheritance. I think we all would have, but honestly, this is so much more exciting rather than talk about inheritance. I understand though from your perspective, yeah, absolutely. Better inheritance talk than people dying because they're sacrifices. As I started getting pissed off with a feeling between anger and sadness, I broke from the circle everyone was in and returned once again to the window. Okay, yeah. Something had gone insane since yesterday. That letter from the witch, Beatrice, that Maria had read aloud at last night's dinner. You're gonna remember the letter now. Battler, I wonder if you think any of this could be a dream. Do you think anyone else possibly thought that all of this that's happening right now is a dream? That none of it's real? All the family members are alive and fine? Is anybody in that much denial? The letter from the witch Beatrice that Maria, yeah. I feel like ever since that point this whole mansion and this whole island had begun to be joined into some kind of peculiar world. I think it started from before that letter. I think it started from the moment... It started from the moment Kinzo threw out his ring. I feel like that's... Well, I mean, it started even before that. It started from... Honestly, it started from probably way before we ever even met here together. Kinzo probably knew he was going to die soon and was like, alright, it's time. Set this up. Set this entire murder mystery up. Like, long before it even came to the island. But like, when it really began, probably when Kinzo threw the ring, and so it was passed on to Beatrice, and then she went wild. That's right. When I think back on it, that letter was an invitation from the witch. It was an invitation from the witch. So maybe the magic circle was also an invitation from the witch. Right? The entire murder was an invitation from the witch. She wanted us to look at the murder. And I know that. That's what I've known ever since the murders. But like, I can't seem to get any further than that because, you know, until just now we hadn't been able to talk to Mario, we hadn't been able to get information from her, and you guys have been trying to think about it rationally, which doesn't help what my actual theories are. So yeah. The ruler of the nighttime island had invited us inhabitants of the day into another world. Wait a minute, ruler of the nighttime island? Ooh, we're getting back at the talk with Shannon again. The rule of the night in the mansion, the butterfly that was just, you know, flickering. That could come into relevancy. With the phone and the radio interrupted and the island shut off by the typhoon, you could now call it another world cut off from the real one, basically. Yes, on this island right now, it is perfectly normal for witches to send letters and for sacrifices to be offered to magic circles. As of right now, yes. So what will happen next? Will some weird people wearing goat masks start doing the Bond Festival dance or something? That would be awesome. That would be awesome, Battler. Great idea. It's no good, it's no good. I don't get it. The inside of my head's all screwed up. I don't even know what to think. Anger, sadness. The opposing emotions all swirled up together and they started to suck me in. Right, last part you were talking about how that sadness was turned to irritation and the anger and sadness. They're all swirling up together now, aren't they, Battler? You got this, Battler. You can stick through it. Unable to resist, I could do nothing but cover my eyes with my hands and entrust my mind and body to the spiral swallowing me. Oh, I could just imagine like a scene showing his eyes and like his hands and his eyes going and his head going like woo, just all spiraling to add to that, to those emotions of his emotions spiraling. I think that would have been a cool effect. But okay, you know, the budget might not be there. But of course, they need the budget for the close-up of Maria spookily staring at us. That's important. Nothing but cover my eyes with my hands and just my Oh! Glass break? Glass break? New chapter? New chapter? New chapter? New chapter? New chapter? New chapter? Oh. No new chapter. As I started losing heart, I began to recall a distant memory. God damn it. That would have been great if this was a new chapter and then I could have ended this part. Okay, what's this distant memory? Is it gonna be a long thing? If it's gonna be a long thing, I think I'd rather just keep it for next part then. Because I've been recording for long enough, to be honest. I began to recall a distant memory. I started losing heart. It was from when I was very young. I had unfortunately seen a scary occult movie on TV, and for a while I hadn't even been able to go to the bathroom by myself. Is this going to be another Higurashi reference? Like last part. I apologize for last part, by the way, about that whole me taking a break thing. I think it would have been more exciting, but okay, whatever. And for a while I hadn't even been able to go to the bathroom by myself. That old bastard given an exaggerated laugh and said this.
Nah, Batora.
Hey, you're alive again. You're still dead though. Okay, but this is the past. Okay, hey Battler.
どうして悪魔だのオカルトだのってのをわざわざこうして映画にすると思う？
Why do you think they go to all the trouble of making movies like this? Because it's entertaining? Because it gets them money? Because people like it? Because they're trying to spread propaganda! Because demons exist! They're trying to get people interested in the occult and then gain more members, Maria style. Is that what you're trying to get at, Rudolph? This is all propaganda for the occult? What's happening?
ねえからだよ。そんな滑稽なもんは地球のどこにもねえのさ。
Your argument is that it's precisely because they don't exist that they make them. I'm not sure about that one, Rudolph. And also, because I already knew Rudolph didn't believe in witches and stuff, and like I guess the occult stuff. But how did you know you were going to die that night, yesterday night, if you didn't believe in the witches and stuff? That to me is not an indication that the witches aren't real, to be honest. It's not. I don't care how much Rudolph before his death believed witches don't exist. Even if he did call his own death. I don't care. As far as I'm aware, Rudolph could have just said, "Oh, I'm probably gonna die tonight," because he suspected one of his siblings to kill him. I don't care. Either way, the witch had a hand in this. I don't care if you're a dead man and you think they didn't exist. I don't care.
ねえからわざわざ見たくて作るんだよ。だから俺はオカルト映画なんてちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑っちまうってんだ。
People to see him go to love it. Okay.
俺に言わせりゃ悪魔やら妖怪やらより今年度の収支報告や 機嫌を悪くした女房の方が1億倍も怖えってもんだぜ。
I don't see Kitty as that sort of angry wife often though. She seemed to me like a very chill woman, to be honest. Like a very chill woman to have as a wife. I'd be down for that, to be honest. Just chill times, chill vibes. I, I don't know, man. Angry vibes doesn't sound great. I mean, at the same time though, it's also good when someone else is angry because it keeps you in check. It keeps you like, hey, yo, what are you doing? Like, if everything's just chill at the time, you'll just start slacking off. So it's a double-edged sword either way, whichever one you pick. So yeah, just hold your standards where you want them. That's do what you want, I guess. I'm not gonna say anything against that. But okay, Rudolph. This year someone's gonna call and angry after 100 million times scarier. Sure, mate.
さらに言うぜ。俺に言わせりゃな。
If you ask me.
怖がるってのは、心と生活にゆとりのある連中の娯楽的感情なのさ。
Disagree. Think being scared is an important emotion. It's not just for entertainment purposes. Although some people get themselves in scary situations on purpose because they love the thrill of it. They like the enjoyment they get from being scared, whether they believe in ghosts or not, or whether they watch horror movies or not and believe in it or not. It doesn't matter. That's the entire reason people watch horror movies, right? To get the thrill of being scared. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that simple. Or just they have too much time on their hands, too much empty space in their minds. Nah, man. I don't think so. I think being scared is just in general biological emotion for important emotion for people in general.
暇で暇でしょうがないから。連中は変わった感情で心を遊ばせたくて、悪魔だの、オカルトだのって文化を作り出したんだよ。
Seriously, why have I been acting so damn thick-headed? I was totally taken in. To hell with that crap. This is the human world. Oh! I just give a crap about witches, demons, magic circles, and sacrifices. The human who killed Dad and everyone else is still on this island. That's all there is, right? Next to start speaking to my heart was Kirya-san. Nah, okay, no, this is too far. This is too far.
チェスや将棋ってね、終盤の終盤、詰めの最後の段階に入れば入るほど最善手は限られてくるのよ。
I really like this music. Yo, this visual novel always has these new soundtracks that just bang. But I really need to end this part. But I also really am jamming to this music. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Oh! Oh! Okay, we've got to listen to the music some more. Ooh. Go on. Dun dun dun. Oh. I like the music, but okay, let's gotta keep reading. I like the vibes here. In chess and shogi, the deeper you proceed into the mating attack, the very last moment of the endgame, the more limited your best possible moves become. What do you mean the mating attack? What does that mean? Is that a chess move I'm not aware of? This music is hitting! I can't even think straight because of how good this music... Oh my god, this music hits! Bro! Legit, like... Once I finish all 6 episodes of this, I'm just gonna like listen to the entirety of the Umineko soundtrack. Oh! Oh, look at it, the way it's like, oh, it's hitting. Okay, the very last moment of the end game, the more limited your possible moves become.
だから自分が追い詰めている、あるいは追い詰められているというその時、
Someone doing the same to you?
両者の手は限りなく読みやすくなるのよ。
Okay. Thanks, Kirya, for your chess knowledge again. We're gonna use that in the future too. So flipping over the chessboard and remember that when people are getting backed into the wall, remember that or vice versa, remember that their moves become infinitely easier to read. Thank you, Kirya. saying, what will we do with that kid? Yes, wise. What's going on with her big white hair brain? I don't know. Natural white hair. We'll take it though. She's smart. And what is that? Natural gray eyes? People's? No, they're just probably brown, but real shading. Whatever though. This music is so freaking good.
つまり完全
Ah,
に
look at
追い
her.
詰められて
In other
打つ
words.
手なしって思ったその時こそ最も読みやすい瞬間なのよ。
Yeah, she's like, aha! Remember, battler.
でも主勢に立った人間はどうしても考えが固くなって相手の手を読むことにまで考えが至らない。
So forget to read your opponent's moves. Okay. Always when you're forced into a tough position, remember, flip the chessboard. Remember, flip the chessboard. This music hitting too. Flip the chessboard. Okay. Always read your opponent's move. Flip the chessboard at all times. At all times. This is some life tips from Kirye. We keep getting them. Forced into defensive position.
そういう時はね、
That's when.
チェス盤をひっくり返す。
Oh, I wanted to hear that phrase from Kirye again. Yes, bro. Just I don't even know what she's saying in Japanese, but just hearing her voice actress say something along those lines is just like yes, yes. Flip on the chessboard. Yeah. With all of my face, with all of my strength. I read this first and then this with all my face I slapped my strength. Okay, with all my strength I slapped my face with both hands. Now my eyes were truly open. Yes, now I'm a genius. No more witches. Flip the chessboard. What's the answer you get there, battler? When you don't understand anything and you're completely cornered just like I am now, is that the perfect time to flip over the chessboard? With us put on the defensive, we couldn't even guess at the culprit's scheme. Yes, and we're panicking now because Mud is saying all this stuff, and we're panicking. Oh no, magic circles and stuff. But nah, what we gotta do is flip over the chessboard. Ironically enough, the two people, my parents, who are both dead, and who I did grief for, they're the ones that are helping me the most right now. At this very crucial moment, at this very crucial stage in the chess game. They're the ones who come in clutch. Who have come in clutch. Look at that. Look at that. And that line too, I'm never gonna forget that line. It's in our genes to cry when our parents die. I'm never forgetting that line for real. If you flipped it over and looked at it the other way, just how far could you see? How far could I see? First off, at the time the murders were committed by the culprit, they knew that the island was cut off by the typhoon. Alright, time to get into detective mode again. At the time the murders were committed by the culprit, they knew that the island was cut off by the typhoon. Right! Okay. Yes. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. They knew that the island was cut off by the typhoon, and they were aware that for the next couple of days, we couldn't get out. Another thing is, since the island was cut off by the typhoon and we couldn't get out anytime soon, what's the culprit thinking then? Stop our communication with the outside. If these murders are going to be successful and they won't be able to get immediate help, what do we gotta do? All right, phones, telephones, and and what's it called? And the emergency radio. Second step. We need to get those so they have absolutely no way of contacting the outside. Let's go. I still believe in the witch, Beatrice, but I'm glad Battler's decided on something. I'll give him that. Even though I still believe in the story of the witch somewhat. He's decided to go against it though. So they should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away until the next morning. Although to be fair, flipping over the chessboard isn't very helpful if this witch existed, because then we introduce so many variables, to be honest. So fair play. Maybe this entire thing was plotted by a human, and they're trying to make us believe that witches exist. Who knows? But I don't know. We'll see. They should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away until the next morning. Right. They should have known that. They should have known that we're stuck in this island with us. That's right. In short, the culprit had begun without securing a way to escape. Furthermore, the bastard had even tossed the corpses in the storehouse, while doing the courtesy of telling us they're here with that weird graffiti. In other words, since we would probably find the corpses sooner or later, they wanted to show us them. Right. They wanted us to find the corpses, and they wanted us to find this graffiti and ask Maria about it, so that we can find more info about it, so that we could get confused even more. That's right, Battler. There you go. If you had all been dim and hadn't noticed the storage shed, perhaps the culprit's goal would not have been achieved? If it had all been dim and hadn't noticed the storage shed? Perhaps the culprit's goal would not have been achieved. What do you mean by that? If you think about it this way, that murdering maniac, since this morning, he or she, I don't know if it's a he yet, he must have been watching our every move with bated breath. Right, that makes sense. Whoever the murderer is must have been watching us, analyzing us, making sure that we got to the shed, to the storehouse, making sure we saw the magic circle, making sure that we told each other that we saw the magic circle, making sure we opened the shutter and found the bodies, and making sure we all knew about it, and this magic circle. And then we then have to ask Maria about it, though I don't know how much the culprit knows about us having told Maria as of right now, but okay. Especially because Maria was hey, remember the letter. Whoever the culprit is also gave Maria this mysterious letter. What about that? After all, if he hadn't been so kind as to discover what was on the storehouse, all of the hard work and preparation that they had done last night would have just gone poof. Right. Yeah. What's the point of joining a magic circle if no one's gonna see it? If it's just for you. You know what the magic circle is. You know what it means. Unless the magic is real and it works whether people see it or not. But if we're going by the human explanation, yes, the culprit clearly wanted us to see the deaths. So the culprit must have been watching us, making sure we saw the deaths and the magic circle. What did the culprit want to make us feel by showing us the corpses in the storehouse? All 6 of the bodies had their faces noticeably destroyed. Right. They wanted us to feel a bit shocked about the whole thing. A grudge? A warning? The defacement of the bodies had occurred after death, exactly. Meaning that the culprit absolutely planned for us to see them with the defacement and for us to be all like shocked about it. And for us to all act in a way that's like, oh my god, this is disgusting, who would do this? So the culprit wanted us to be mad at them. They want us to be irritated at them. That's another thing, right? Because they deformed the faces, right? Damaged the bodies. They want us to be mad at them. Because it happened after their deaths too. So they want us to be mad at them. For whatever reason. Maybe to make it so that we don't focus as well on what's important. Good point. So it hadn't been the means by which the culprit had murdered. Right. Yeah. It didn't mean anything to those who had been killed. Exactly. It only meant something to those who are alive, who saw that, who then would go like, oh my god, what type of sick person would deform their bodies after they're dead? It had meaning to those who discovered it. The culprit wanted to show them to us. Look how brutally I killed them. Get mad at me. Get mad at me. Look how I did this. Haha, it's me, Lamao. Also, interpret this magic circle and figure something out. I don't know. Ha! You found something! After thinking this way, I didn't want to tell that piece of crap to stop taking me so lightly. Who would dance to that tune? If I'm told please be scared, I'm not gonna say really? Sure thing. Hey! Hey! I don't really fully agree with Battler's theory right now, but I fully agree with that attitude. Yes. Yes, don't let the culprit get the one up on you. Let's go, Battler. Kyrie! We gotta thank Kyrie though. We could not have never done this without flipping the chessboard and Kyrie being there to help us out. Let's go. When someone tells the great Ushirima Battler, entrance this way, I'm the kind of guy who'll start wanting to sneak in through the window. Woo! Alright, that's, you know, that from now on, when someone, from now on, if someone ever asks me, who is Ushirima Battler? This is what I'll say. Who's Ushirima Battler? I'll be like, he's the kind of great guy that if you told him to enter this way, he's gonna try to sneak in through the window. Let's go. That's from now on. That's how I'm gonna remember Battler through this from here on out. Let's go. Sneak in through the window. That's the type of people Battler is. That's the type of people we're gonna try to be with Battler. Here we go. Let's try to be one with Battler. I'm really liking Battler now. The next thing that had me concerned was the attempt at a magic circle on the shutter. Right. Right, okay. It was a genuine magic circle, declared authentic by even Maria, who had demonstrated that her knowledge of the occult rivaled grandfather's. They must have drawn that thing in pitch black darkness while holding an umbrella in one hand. And it must have taken them a lot of time. That's a formidable amount of hard work and attention to detail. Wait. How do you know it was on pitch black darkness? Is it because of all the details? You could have done it while there was sunlight outside? Is that really good enough speculation to go based on that? While holding an umbrella in one hand? Why? Because it's somewhat like gone down a bit, like the little blood trails are coming out. That could just be explained by the rain. Doesn't mean that. Yeah, and also with one hand. However, it must have taken a long time. Yes, so much time that it is questionable how possible it could be one of us, right? Because all of us have always, well, not always, but like pretty often we've been together for the entirety of yesterday. So we more or less, well, we don't always have alibis for everyone for all times, but that's a lot of detail, and like I said, like it probably took them. How long would it take to draw this? Like at least 30 minutes, surely, right? With all the detail, with like, look at the geometry, is so perfect. Yeah, like at least 30 minutes, surely. Like a long time for sure. What purpose would have been worth all of that effort? If something related to the occult happened in this mansion, most likely we will all automatically suspect the involvement of grandfather, especially if he's disappeared. Did they want to make us think grandfather was involved? But if that was all they wanted, they could have just drawn any old scribble that looked like a magic circle. This is true. They didn't have to draw an authentic one. Except, by then, if you had asked Maria about it, Maria would have known that, hey, this is a fake magic circle. Or at least a magic circle she's never heard of. Which is weird, because she knows all about this kind of stuff. It wasn't like any of us amateurs could tell the difference between genuine and fake. Exactly. But they knew Maria could, so they had to go through the effort to make sure Maria could tell the difference. However, this magic circle was genuine, and furthermore, it had even been written in Hebrew. So this magic circle had a message that could only be understood by someone with knowledge of the occult. Yeah, I already know this. I already know the culprit wanted us to show it to Maria. That was the culprit's goal. Messages are a form of communication. You send them and hope for a reaction from the other party. Reaction? For some reason, we couldn't find grandfather now. I don't know how grandfather could have managed to see the magic circle on the shutter. But had he chosen to hide himself in reaction to that sign? Flip the chessboard, bro. I'm just saying, flip the chessboard. What would grandfather have been think? What would grandfather think if he saw that? Well, first things first. Do we just go ahead and assume he's seen that magic circle? And if he has, what would grandfather have thought? Flip the chessboard, mate. No. Was it a trap to make us suspect grandfather's involvement? You could read it either way. Damn, that's annoying. What kind of reaction was the culprit hoping to get out of us by showing this imitation of the occult? Somehow, that felt like the culprit's weak point. Yo, this music is hitting though. The culprit's weak point. A section of Beatrice's letter that Maria had read out loud during last night's dinner sprang back into my mind. You know what? I'm gonna need it there. This part is gonna go on for way too long if I keep going. And, you know, we can read this section of Beatrice's letter next time. And hopefully, we can also end this chapter next time. We've been on this chapter for like 3 parts now, which is... This has been a long chapter. Well, I spent a long time with the Battler Eva discussion, talking law, because I really liked Battler and Eva discussing with each other. I really liked the personality mesh. But yeah, but start going a bit more fast-paced around the ending here. Suppose I'm just gonna stop it there. I think this is an okay place to stop. The worst thing is if I stop here, but the chapter ends like just like a couple of sentences after this. That would suck. But the worst that has happened to me is the chapter ending like 16 minutes after I start a new video. So it can't be that bad, right? Besides, I'm sure I'll find enough ways to waste the time off of the video next part anyway by talking. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. This music is hitting. I am so excited to be listening to this music again next part, because this is really freaking good. Now I want to listen to the Umineko soundtrack, or like this soundtrack specifically again. However, like I've told you guys before, I don't want to look up any spoilers related to Umineko at all. Like even if it is soundtracks, like I swear to God, I'm gonna look up the soundtrack and it's gonna be like Umineko Kirya's death theme or something, because we've been doing a lot of flipping the chessboard here, so maybe this theme was specifically given for Kirya's death. For example, imagine I look up this soundtrack and that's what it says. You know? So I'm scared of doing that. And don't link me any soundtrack videos or anything like that. It's fine. I'll listen to the whole soundtrack when the visual novel is over. It's fine. Whenever I finish the visual novel, however many months or years it will take, I'll eventually be able... I'm sure the soundtrack comes back again. It's really good. I'll listen to the soundtrack when I'm done with the visual novel, because then I don't have to worry about spoilers. But for now, I'm really worried about spoilers, so I won't look it up. But yeah, I guess I get to... You know what I get to do? I get to listen... but it's not the same. I was gonna say I get to watch my own videos and listen to the soundtrack through my own videos and jam to it if I really wanted to. But that's not the same. That's not the same, because you can hear my stupid voice talking. It's not the same. But okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I really like the pacing I had during the ending there. I hope you guys enjoyed that more. I tried to go a bit faster paced and read through it faster, and not like after every sentence try to give my opinions and everything. Let me know if you enjoyed that more. Because yeah, I might do that more in the future. I don't know. Unless I have something I really want to talk about. Like if they mention Higurashi more time, being a novel that Battler read, of course I'm gonna take the time to talk about it. But other than that, you know, with things that we mostly have an idea of, or we mostly know about, I guess we could go faster. If it's just a random dialogue discussion that's not like super big, then we can kind of go a bit faster. But okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I guess I'll meet you guys next time for some more Umineko when they cry, y'all. Alright. It's still raining, of course, typhoon's still going, Maria's still wilding. This section of Beatrice's letter, we're gonna find out what Battler's talking about next part. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll meet you guys next time for more Umineko when they cry. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as enjoyed reading this one. And yeah guys, alright. Peace. This music is hitting. Peace.